Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Well, today I thought we would do Mary. Now, there's going to be a couple of tutorials that you will have to watch by yourself. The first tutorial, and I'm going to link them all in the description of this video, but it's going to make this video a little bit shorter, and considering I've already done some tutorials on these parts, it will make things easier and, as I said, quicker. So this is our finished product. We've got little Mary here, and she's got her little cape, and this is her. Now, there's 2 tutorials you're going to have to watch prior to do it, or 3 actually. There's a tutorial for the head. Okay, now as I said, I will link it so you know exactly where to go to make the head, and the colours that you're going to choose are white, which is going to be for her headdress, okay, and the skin tone. And then you're going to have to use the 9mm toy safety eyes to put in her head here, okay. And we will pick up from the head. At this portion you will have done the neck, okay, and you will have done the single crochet increase, and that's where we start this particular design from. Okay, there's also going to be a tutorial on how to do the arms, and again it will be in the link of this description, the description of this video. And you're going to do a magic ring with skin tone, and then you're going to, and it's a magic ring of 8, not 6, and you're then going to do 2 rounds of skin tone and 6 rounds of whatever color you choose to do her robe. I have chosen this maroony red. Okay, you're going to make 2 of these, and it will show you how to have the 3 little loops at the end here so that you can tie this into her body. The third tutorial is going to be on how to make the cape, which is a cape that you can take on and off. Again, you can pick whichever color you like. All right, so 3 tutorials to start: the head, the arms, and the cape. All right, so you are going to make these parts, and then we are going to, in this tutorial, put things together. The colors that you're going to need are white, if you're following my colors, white, a color for her hair, which I've chosen a brown. I'm still going to use this red color for her robe, and then I've chosen the well, I've got skin tone, and then whatever color you choose the cape to be in, the cape or the cloak, whatever you want to call it. So starting with our head as it is, you have got all the way to the neck section. Okay, neck as in this part, not next. What you're going to do is this ruffle all the way around, which is her hair. Okay, now you start up the top here. Okay, and we're going to, if you have a look here, you can see there's 1, 2, 3. We're going to go through this center part here, and we're going to take brown bands, and you're going to pull a brown band back and loop, and you're going to chain a second one. All right, then you will go into the next loop, which is just down here, and you will do a slip stitch, and you'll pull those 2 loops through and reclaim, and then you'll chain 1, and you'll go into the next stitch, and this is what we're going to do all the way down. Pull it through, reclaim, through each of these little stitches, You can choose whatever colour you like. Now the trick here is to go into this last one here, okay, and we're going to tie off. Alright, so we want our hair to go inside here. So I'm going to take this, and I've just done a little slip knot, and I'm going to put my hook through the inside here, and I'm going to pull it back through, okay, and I want to tie it off here, so I'm going to use the little white band here, and I'm just going to use a white band, well actually it's a skin tone, and I'm going to connect those two in and tie off like that, okay, because her hair is going to be under her cape. Then going back to the top here, you're going to do the same again. I'm going to go back into that first stitch there, and I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to chain one, chain another, go into my next stitch, and we need to slip stitch that in, okay, and then chain another, now doing this side is a little tricky because this is the start of the stitch and you kind of want to go here. See, it's that little white stitch that you're sort of getting on your hook. So this is just her hair poking out. See where we are, and just down here, pull it through. I'm going to pull a second one through, slip stitch it in like so, and then I'm going to go back down in here and pull it through like so, flip that over a bit, there we go, and then I'm going to just tie it in one of these bands here, just so that it doesn't escape. There we go, like so. So that is how I'm going to do the front of her face, okay, like so. Now we're going to start with the body and then we'll do this back part here. So we're going to start with the body, and I'm going to choose, as I said to you, the red. You're going to have your last stitch for your head on a stitch marker of some sort, and there is my first stitch here, okay. You're going to go through your first stitch here and do a slip stitch because you're changing colour, and move your stitch marker. Our first round is going to be a single crochet, increase. So that's our first stitch, then we do a single crochet, and then we do an increase. Now I like to just lay my rows out with the first band of each row up here in front of me. Single crochet, single crochet, and then an increase, single crochet, single crochet, increase, single crochet, single crochet, and then increase, single crochet, single crochet, increase. My cat is pushing everything. Excuse me, Mrs. Fatbottom, out of the way. Goodness gracious. So that was an increase. So I have single crochet, single crochet, and I finish on an increase. Like so. Here's my little slip stitch that I started with. I'm going to skip that bit and I'm going to do a single crochet and move my stitch marker. Now I'm going to do how many rows? 3 rows. So this entire one and 2 more single crochet only, and I'll meet you back when we've done that. So I've done the 3 rounds of single crochet only. Now at this stage you can either go a little bit further or you can pop the arms on. It might be easier to pop the arms on now. So hopefully you've made the arms and gone to the tutorial that I've put in the description, because otherwise you're going to at this stage pause the video and do that right now. So once you've done your arms, okay, you're going to take them off. You've got your 3 little loops here. Alright, now looking at your little doll's figure, we're going to start the arm 1, 2, 3 and then 1, 2, 3. So put your hook just through here and you're going to pull through that first little loop. Keep it on your hook, okay, and then you're going to go through the next little loop here and pull your second band through and loop one over the other, okay. Then you're going to go through your third little area and grab your third loop and pop that on your hook if you can. Thank you. And pop that on, make sure that it looks good, and one over the other, getting a little internal loop here. I'm going to go for this one here. I'm going to grab a band and make sure that brown one's out the way, pull it through and tie off like so. Okay, so there's one arm, and then I'm going to do the same on this side. And my first loop is going to go right here. Make sure I pull those. So pull my first loop through, put it on my hook, pull it through, keep it on my hook, and remember I'm going this way, so I've got to pull the second one through and one over the other, and then go through the third area here for that third little loop, pull it through, one over the other, and again I'm going to find an internal loop or two to go through, grab a band and tie off. Let's make sure that I like where that is, and I do. So that's where that's going to be. Now this next round we have 6 in red, but the next round that we're going to do, you can either do it in red or you can change up the color. You could do it in white if you choose to. I'm going to do it, I changed my mind, I am going to do it in white just to show you how you do the color change. So grabbing that last stitch of your round, which is here, you're going to go through your first stitch area with a slip stitch, okay, because you've color changed. I just use that to hold my last spot. Move your stitch marker onto that new stitch, and we're doing single crochet, increase. So here's my second single crochet, and this next stitch will be an increase. So 1 and whoops, fumble fingers strikes again, 2. Single crochet, single crochet, and increase. And we're going to do that all the way around. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, single crochet, increase, and we're going to go back to red after this. I will put the link to the little manger and the little baby as well. And one of the other things that you can do is get one of these heads and arms ready for the angel. And there's our increase. Now, miss that little slip stitch. You're going in through this first stitch. We've got 6 rounds of single crochet only. The first stitch though is going to be a slip stitch for a color change. So one over the other. Pop your stitch marker onto that new stitch, and then in every single stitch you see, you're going to do a single crochet for 6 rounds. This is round number 1. I will meet you back when we have finished round number 6. So I've finished the end of my 6th row, and as you can see, this is how the belt looks. Now you can see that there's a bit of a zigzag because we're going in rounds, around and round, continuous rounds. So if you want to, you can add a little, like a tassel to the belt, and what I would do for that is I would choose where the 2 points are that it looks like you have this the crossover, and I would just take a band and pull it through, and then one over the other like so. And actually I want it the other way, so let's do it this way. One over the other. I want this top bit hanging down, okay, because it then is angled correctly. I'm going to pull it tight. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to go through these 2 little loops here. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. And pull tight. And I'm going to snip those so it kind of looks like the tassels on a belt. Alright, so I'm just going to have that kind of like that, as if it's just a little belt that's been tied up. It's just a little bit of decoration. At the back of the neck here, this is where we're going to go through to make the back of her headdress. Okay, now what we need to do is go through from where the arms finish to the back of the head here, pull a band through, and I'm going to pull one more through like that, like a chain, go into the next spot and pull through, chain 1, go into the next spot, pull through, chain 1, and to the next spot here, pull through. Whoops, that wasn't very clever. Let's make sure I've got that correct. I have to back up a bit now. So there we go, go through the next spot here, pull through, chain 1, pull through, chain 1. Now I'm going to pinch and turn my work. Okay, and then I'm going to skip and go into this spot. I'm going to do an increase, which is 2 single crochets. So I'll start by doing the first one like so, and then back into that stitch, and I'll do a second one like that, then into the next stitch, which is here, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. This stitch here I'm going to do 2, so I'm going to do a single crochet and a slip stitch, so through, add the loop, and then I'm going to chain 1, pinch and turn. I'm going to skip and go into this chain here. I'm going to do 2 in that first stitch, and then a single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. In this one, this last one, I'm going to do a slip, well, a single crochet, then a slip stitch. So slips, single crochet, and now a slip stitch. Slip that on. I'm going to chain 1, pinch and turn, skip into this one. Okay, do single crochet, I don't drop my stitches, and another single crochet. You do 2 in the first one and the end one, single crochet, Now you can make this as long as you want. I'm just going to do it small because we have the cape going on as well. So this is my last stitch. I'm going to do a single crochet and then a slip stitch to tie off, like so. I'm going to go through the back here and pull that band through these little loops to hide it, making sure that I don't pull it so tight that I distort the shape. I can probably go through one more right here. There we go. So that is the back of the little headdress. Now, as you know, we have the cape that we made. You're going to make, okay? And the cape turns out like this, and all you do is pop that. Obviously, when there's stuffing in, it will look a little better, because right now we've got Mrs. Squidgy Head. Thank you, Phoebe. And this pops on, but we'll do that once we've stuffed her. Okay. Excuse me, madam. This is my keyboard. All right. So we've done that. We're done with the white bands for now. We have the bottom here that we need to stuff. I am going to put stuffing in her head though, so that we have a bit of shape. I use the polyfill. You can use cotton wool, you can use tissues, you can use leftover pieces of yarn, old t-shirt. You can practically use anything, but I personally like the polyfill. It's nice and soft, it's light, and it's relatively cheap from your local craft shop. When you're stuffing, you want to make sure that you don't overstuff. You don't want to see these stitches pulling apart so much that you can see the stuffing inside. So you still want it to be nice and squidgy, but you still want it to have shape and not be distorted. It's a lot easier to add a little bit more and take out when your design is still open. If you have sealed it up, then it's a little bit more hard to take stuff out. Alright, so there's my little girl with her head. There's her headdress here, her little belt. Alright, so now we're going to talk about sealing up her bottom. After we get some of these fibres out of the way, it does make a bit of a mess. Your first row is going to be a single crochet on the inside loop. So let's get that stitch marker off with our last stitch. You've got 2 loops in each stitch. If you have a look here, you've got this inside loop and you've got the outside loop. We're going to go all the way around doing a single crochet just on this inside loop. And we're going to move our stitch marker onto that. If you don't know how to do this stitch, please look at my Loomigurumi tips and tricks. I have tutorials, they're very short little tutorials on each of the different stitches that I've created, or that I've worked out a translation from crochet to Loomigurumi for. So have a look, see if you can pick up how to do that stitch from doing it there. So all the way around on this inside loop. Now one thing, if you are going to make the angel, which we will be doing, you do the head the same way. I've used yellow for the hair, so instead of white you would use yellow. I have used a pearl white for the body of the dress and also for the arms and skin tone. So just like we're making this one, the only difference, you would not be doing the little back of the headdress. You really don't need to do the belt. I'm going to be doing it all pearly white, so you will do your skin tone for your arms and then pearly white. As I said, for the hair you would do all of this white part as yellow, and then this part would be yellow as well. Okay, you don't need to really do a belt unless you decide to put a belt on your angel. And the body and the closing up and everything like that is going to be the same. So you can actually get a head start on the massive shape of the angel with regard to hair, head, arms and body. Do the same as this one, okay? What we are going to do differently in the angel, we'll start with the actual body and head and arms already made and put together and stuffed. What we will be doing is the wings and how to make the extensions on her hair. Okay, so if you are going to do the angel, as I said, get yourself ready with a head with yellow and with, I'm using pearl and skin tone for the arms. Make your body. You don't need this little bit here for the headdress. We won't need that. We'll be doing some fancier hair. You can do this bit. You may do this bit if you choose to use a belt, and maybe a gold belt or something. Seal her up, stuff her, and then I will do the tutorial on the wings and how to attach. Okay, so I'm at the end here of this row, which was on the inner loop. We're now going to do single crochet, and decrease. So go through your first one, move your stitch marker, single crochet, single crochet, and decrease. You're going to go on this top loop only of the next 2 stitches, pull the band through and decrease, and then single crochet, single crochet and decrease, single crochet, going through both loops for your single crochet, and your decrease, you're just going through the top loop here of the next 2 stitches and pulling a band between the 2. Single crochet, single crochet and decrease. I will meet you at the end of this round. The next 2 rounds are going to be a single crochet followed by a decrease. So single crochet, move your stitch marker, and then you do a decrease. Now this is for this round and the next round. Oops, let's put that back on. Decrease. So single crochet and decrease. After the completion of these 2 rounds of single crochet and decrease, we're going to stuff the body of the doll, and then we will close her up. And we should be almost finished. Oops, see, hate when that happens, but when it does it's not too bad because you can just quickly loop them all back up again. You finish this round on a decrease. And then we do single crochet in that first stitch, move your stitch marker, and a decrease all over again in the next round. And there is a naughty little kitten who is trying to eat my book. Go, go. Now at this point you are going to put your stitch on your stitch marker and hold that in place and stuff your little tiny tot. So let's put that there and we'll get our stuffing ready and we'll stuff this. We have a house of 3 cats now. We adopted an 8-week-old kitten, so she's probably about 10 weeks now. And she is so naughty, but the other 2 girls do not like her. It's Hissyville, isn't it?
She's so cute.
She is so cute. But she's not liked. Okay, so we're stuffing her little body. Now, that's probably a little bit too much, so I'm going to take some out. Let's see how we do with this much. There we go. I think that's good. And what we're going to do now is just close up. So I'm going to move this. Get some fibres out the way. You really don't need a stitch marker from this point on once you've got the stitch on your hook, because all you're going to be doing is decreases until you're at a point where you can tie off. I'm going to go through 3 here.
Hi.
Is she crawling up your leg? Is he? Is she crawling up your leg? That was Izzy in the background. Alright, so this is going to be my last one. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to tie off, pull tight, and then I'm going to go through her back here, push my hook all the way up through the bottom of her and drag this tie-off band back inside her body like so, and trying to not pull out any of that stuffing. I know it gets a bit annoying. So there she is, and as I said, we have her little cape. I was going to put that on and show you. What have I done with it? Oh, there it is. So her little cape, stretch that over. Again, there's a tutorial on my YouTube so that you can make the cape, and I won't make this video longer than it needs to be. So there's the little headdress here and the cape behind. I actually put this so that it looks like a little tassel. I put a band 4 times and just attach that there so that that looks like a little tassel. Okay, so there we have her. She's complete. She's got her little headdress, she's got her cloak on, we've put a little tassel here, and that is Mary. So she's got Joseph, and we've already done baby Jesus in his manger, and Angel will be next. As I said, prepare, goodness gracious, the cats are fighting. Prepare yourself. You need to have a head, you need to have some arms, and you follow the outline of the body for Mary, and we will be ready to get started with our angel. Thank you so much for following me. Like and subscribe, and I will see you on our next video. Take care, guys. Bye.